corona has brought back many of our good habits, and one of them is reading books that are useful. We have forgotten the art of reading, so now we are back to reading. Many of you have requested that what I am reading now, please tell a little more detail. So here are the 5 books that I am reading currently, a little description about them. The first one is, of course, as you see, the book called The Wisdom of Crowds. And this book, written by James Surowiecki, is a wonderful, wonderful book. It speaks about how many people, even if they are ordinary, have greater wisdom than many intellectuals who may be smaller in number. For this, they are giving an example that, for example, in Europe, there was a bullfight. And in that bullfight, there was one of the bulls which will get killed. Later on, it will be converted into meat and it will be sold. So a lottery was done to find out that what is the exact amount of the weight of the bull that will get killed, the fat bull. And it was found that with a small variance of 0.05%, the crowd predicted it right. So much about the wisdom of crowds. So please read this book. Great book. The second book that I am reading is the book called Here, There and Everywhere. Sudha, Murthy, as you know, is a philanthropist and a social worker and an intellectual of her own right, although she is the wife of the famous Narayan Murthy. Here she gives stories about her childhood, about humanity, about good works, about community feeling, about the transition from being a simple teacher in a college to a great philanthropist that she is. Good book, Here, There, Everywhere. Now coming back to the next book that I am reading is Murakami's Men Without Women. It is a collection of various short stories written in the unique Murakami style. Murakami, who is famous for books like IQ 8484, like Kafka on the Shore, is famous for his writing, which probes deep into human mind, but at the same time brings out the beautiful literature that he is able to write. Nothing like him, right? Here is Murakami for you, Men Without Women. The title is as attractive as the contents of it. The next one that I am reading is a book called Krishna. This is written by Ramesh Menon. Ramesh Menon, like Devdutt Patnaik and many others, is famous for bringing a new perspective to mythology instead of telling what we know about it. In this book, Krishna, which is known as the Blue God, who is supposed to have given us Gita and the Bal Leela and the Krishna Leela that we have seen, Ramesh Menon is interpreting him as a person with conflicts, as a person who has his own vicissitudes of life, and he brings into the unique perspective of Krishna, not as a god, but as a normal human being. Please read this beautiful book, Krishna, Life and Song of the Blue God. The last book I am reading is not exactly a self-help book, but it is a deep dive into human lives, how human lives can be regulated and brought back to track. Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules of Life. This famous American professor of psychology is bringing into life many examples and simple truths which can make us into better human beings, compassionate human beings, knowledgeable human beings. And this book, if you read even one chapter in the morning, can be a great read for the lockdown period. It can make you a better human being as you read books, as you see other things that you have probably forgotten. 12 Rules of Life is the book recommended for you. Thank you. Keep reading. I'll come back with more books.